Here's a story from South America way. I moved out of the U.S. a little over a year ago down to South America for obvious reasons, and this directly affects me here. I just find it odd. You'll see in the article here, it's obvious lies, but it's weird that they put the information they did. So this here is Atucha 2, nuclear power plant in Argentina, and we'll see what. I'll show you the Spanish version of the text. So this is from the website of the newspaper down here, and I'll read to you the English translation. So the government considers the risk is minimal, but anyway sought the advice of Carlos Rojas, Argentine expert of the IAEA. And you'll see that the lies down here are just the same, if not worse, as the lies that Fukushima and the rest of the nuclear cabal is telling. So Carlos Rojas is head of the Center for Emergency Control of the Nuclear Regulatory Authority of Argentina. The specific plan will be incorporated into the National Plan for Radiation Emergency, with the account that Uruguay was designated by the National Regulatory Authority in Radiation Protection of the Ministry of Industry, Energy and Mining. Okay. Rojas understands that in the event of an accident at the plant, which is located 80 kilometers west of the coastline of Uruguay, the risk for the country would be low due to the distance from the Uruguayan coast and located in the area between 80% and 85% of the time the wind does not blow to Uruguay but towards the north. Risk assessments indicate that in the event of an accident, the effects do not go beyond 30 or 40 kilometers. I mean, you can't make up a bigger lie than that. First off, I've been down here for over a year, and 80% of the time the wind blows this way, not blows north. The wind comes from the west and goes toward the east. It's prevailing winds, that's how it works. And as we've seen with Fukushima, the entire northern hemisphere is contaminated, not just 30 kilometers. So you see that they lie the same way down here as they do up there. And here's a map, a picture here, just to give you a better idea. There's Uruguay on the right, obviously. Montevideo is the capital. Colonia is the city closest. Buenos Aires, huge, gigantic city. And then Atucha 1 and Atucha 2. And then, sorry, that's chicken. And then on the left there, Embalse. Now, they're only talking here about Atucha 2. This entire article is about Atucha 2, which kind of makes me nervous that they're singling out that one plant as if they possibly know something that's either not as safe as the other ones or they're expecting something to happen there. Why not just mention, you see how close they are, and the same thing applies to all of them, that they're the details of the text here. So why single out Atucha 2? Makes me very, very nervous. So the Argentine official said that although accidents are strangers, like it's rare, the probability is not zero. We benefit, well, that sentence doesn't really translate well. We demand more security than the rest. Thanks to that, we have had no problem. He said, so far the four most important accidents have occurred in the UK, which is Sellafield, I guess, United States, probably 3 Mile Island, Japan, obviously Fukushima, and then the Soviet Union, Chernobyl. Argentina and Uruguay have signed treaties of early assistance, which bind to the neighboring countries to inform if an accident occurs. Argentina has contingency plans for its 3 plants. In the event of an accident, the residents must be evacuated to a distance of no more than 3 kilometers. 3 kilometers. You'd almost hit a golf ball that far. Given potassium iodide pills to block the thyroid and to cut roads located less than 10 kilometers. Now here, if it rains and there is no wind, a very rare occurrence, the effects of what happened do not extend beyond 5 kilometers. Where do you come up with that nonsense? In the event that it's not raining and the wind is blowing, the consequences can be up to 20 kilometers. The manner in which they act in the first 24 hours after a disaster are key to determine their effects. Rojas said the Argentine Central are inspected periodically by the IAEA, the ABACC, The agency that is Argentine and Brazilian, which focuses on the monitoring of nuclear facilities, are the Argentine Regulatory Authority itself. In the Argentine nuclear installations are carried out every 2 years simulations in which people are involved in the vicinity and are prepared for months. Rojas believes that after the accidents in Fukushima in Japan in March 2011, there was given much false information, and that the reality is that no one was killed by radiological causes. The accident was caused by tsunami that caused explosions in nuclear reactors and the release of radiation to the outside. It was really the earthquake, but that's neither here nor there. That's the with all the other lies in this article, that one isn't that big a deal. The operation of Atucha 2 is monitored by the Uruguayan ministry. We are attentive to that process and following the information, he told the country, the Uruguayan ambassador to Argentina, Guillermo Pomi. The Colorado Senator Tabare Vieira, member of the Committee on the Environment of the Parla Sur, has been raised in August his extreme concern by the Central. Vieira requested a report to the Ministries of Foreign Affairs and the Ministry of Housing and Environment to learn, among other elements, the preventative measures before a problem can occur, and take Uruguay in it if it's true that Argentina has designed another reactor power plant near the border with Paraguay. The possibility of Argentina to build a reactor, in the northern province of Formosa has generated concern in the Guarani government. Atucha 1 and 2. The Atucha atomic complex is divided into two reactors, keeps translating reactors into central, located at the right margin of the river Paraná de las Palmas, 115 kilometers northwest of Buenos Aires. Atucha 1 was opened in 1974, and Atucha 2 was launched in June 2014. Hurrah! On that occasion, it was further announced the intention of the Argentine government to build Atucha 3. In addition, it works in the province of Cordoba, the central reservoir, which began operating in 1984. Argentina has promoted nuclear energy generation for the first term of President Juan Perón, 1946 to 1955. Today it supplies 10% of its electricity demand with nuclear. In Uruguay, it is prohibited to use nuclear energy. Atucha 2 is going to provide electricity to 3 million users, and the cost of the plant is about $5.83 million US. So there's no confidence here. Nuclear energy is demon spawn. An article I put up yesterday about how you can just generate electricity just straight from the air. Not going to go into Tesla, but James McCanney, his wing generator. There's so much electricity available out there free, and to use nuclear to boil water to turn a turbine, come on, man, give me a break. So Atucha 2, I guess, opened up in June. They're about to build the third one, and to think or to say, just bald-faced lie, that it can only go 30 kilometers, and in the event of an accident, you're only going to evacuate 3 kilometers away from the plant. Come on, man. Like, this stuff should be off of this planet. It should have never been here in the first place. You're ruining one of the best, or possibly, if an accident happens, one of the best areas in this entire planet is going to be uninhabitable. For no reason. Like, for literally no reason. There's so many other ways to get electricity.